Welcome to the headquarters for everything that is Spartan Athletics, unsportsmanlike conduct. I am the host, as always, Matthew Geller, and I'm glad you tuned in today for what should be another fun and festive show. Now, I don't know how many of you know this, but I have a weekly staff meeting to go over all of these things, and people, the people that take care of this go over all the details, and we work this all out. And in this meeting, one of the people brought up the fact that if you wanted to bring in more viewers, maybe you should take it easy on our Michigan friends from down the street, and not be so hard and critical of their program. And so I'm like, oh, well, maybe that's a good idea. Maybe I'll ease up on Michigan a little bit. So it just so happens that this was said in the company of some people who are Spartans. They're literally Spartans. And they were like, you know what? Bump Michigan. Damn them and damn their fans. Don't ease up at all, because this is how Michigan State feels about them trolls in Ann Arbor. So it's not going to happen, Michigan fans. You don't like it, don't tune in. That's just the way it is, because I really don't care. I've met maybe a handful that I really care about anyway. So if you want to tune in, great. And if you don't, good either way, because again, this is the headquarters for everything that is Spartan Athletics. So get used to the treatment. It's not going to change anytime soon. I got to start with college basketball right now, because there's a bunch of big stories and different things that are going on in college basketball. One of them I thought was interesting is that 4 years ago, Kevin Ollie, who used to play for the University of UConn and then was hired after Jim Calhoun resigned or retired or whatever, they hired him as a head coach, and then 2 years later he wins the national championship. And this week he was fired. He not even given an opportunity to resign or step away. You're just flat out fired. And that is amazing to me, because I know that it's, being a Spartan fan in my life, I've saw two national championships, and both of them basketball. Judd Heathcote won one in 1979, and of course Tom Izzo won one in 2000. So when you're 21 years in between, you tend to hold on to these things. You don't rock the boat and take them for granted. I've never seen a Michigan State football team win the national championship, so when that's coming, and it's coming soon. Make no mistake about it. Coach D'Antonio and those guys are on the right page, and it's coming. But as of right now, I've only got the C2 basketball. So when you separate yourself from a coach who won a national championship, you have to say, wow, there had to be some real problems. Just look at the train wreck in Ann Arbor. They don't ever win anything. I mean, they literally don't win anything ever, never, and they celebrate every first down like it was a national championship. They aren't gonna. If Bo Schembechler won nothing ever. I mean, literally, this guy doesn't win anything. I can't remember anything he ever won. I know for a fact he never won a national championship. He's got buildings and libraries and things, streets named after him in Ann Arbor. That's where the University of Michigan is. If you pick up 4 first downs in the first game, apparently you get a building named after you in Ann Arbor. So the fact that Kevin Ollie won a national championship, how 300 D1 schools, and you are the best of the best in 2014, 13, 15, somewhere in there, and your contract is terminated. That is strange, and nothing has come out. I don't really know what the issue is, but you just have to know that this is kind of a big deal when you have a championship under your belt 4 years ago. I mean, Tom Izzo is a great coach, and he has 7 Final Fours, and he won a national championship, but it's been a long time since he's actually won a championship, and he's still revered. The fact that Kevin Ollie just did that 4 years ago and he was released, I mean, just fired, just flat out, humiliated, is really telling. And the direction that the college basketball is going in right now, it troubles me, because I'm a fan. I've always been a fan of college basketball, and it troubles me that the federal government is involved in something that doesn't have anything to do with the federal government. It's just amazing to me. Tax money goes for, you know, securing the country and making sure that people have health care. And somehow somebody came up with the idea that we should use taxpayers' money to investigate college basketball. That is the goofiest thing I've ever heard. I don't know who came up with that idea, but I'm not saying that Kevin Ollie is caught up in that, because I've not heard his name at all. It's just strange that, like I said, when you have a train wreck in Ann Arbor who erects statues and buildings for a coach who didn't win nothing, and then all of a sudden Kevin Ollie is terminated and he actually did win something, there probably is a little bit more to this than that. So stay tuned. We're going to have to figure this out. I'm not 100% sure what's going on, but we are going to get to the bottom of this. Now, staying with that theme of college basketball, Michigan State University last week, and I have to give a shout out, unfortunately, to Josh from St. Joe, who called in and to make sure that I let it be known that his team bested Michigan State University in the regular season at our place, and then on a neutral court in New York, put it to us again. And first of all, Josh from St. Joe, thank you for the call. But more importantly, I have to think that there's a problem in East Lansing, and I don't think anybody wants to talk about it because, as I said a few minutes ago, Tom Izzo is heavily revered, and rightfully so. I'm not trying to take shots at him. He's been coaching in Michigan State for 24 seasons. It's a long time. The guys that are on his roster right now weren't even born when he took this job. But they love him to a person. Everyone I talk to, they love Coach Izzo, and it's hard for me to say this, but when you have the talent that Michigan State has, and there are 2 lottery picks on that team, and a possible third, I don't think Nick Ward will be a lottery pick, but he's still a first-round talent. And for you to have that much talent, I went to a birthday party tonight, and we were discussing this, and I try to whenever I'm talking about Michigan State basketball or Michigan State sports in general, I'm what you would call passionate about the school, and I have to feel like this is exactly how I feel. The game might have passed Coach Izzo by, and I know it sounds blasphemous to say that, and wearing Spartan green and being a diehard Spartan, but let's look at the facts. You have a roster full of nobodies in Ann Arbor. Literally nobody. Abdul Rahman, whatever his name is, could he start for any team? I don't know. He can't start in East Lansing. There is nobody on their team. Nobody. Up and down the roster could play at Michigan State. Couldn't start. Whose spot they taking? Mo Wagner? Would you knock it off? This guy's a failure at life. And you're pushing around Jaren Jackson, who, according to Andy Katz and the people at ESPN, is a top 5 lottery pick. And then go down the line a little bit, and Miles Bridges is at number 8. So you got 4 and 8 on your roster, with Nick Ward waiting in the shadows, with Cassius Winston and Josh Langford with a bench that goes deep. I mean, Gavin Schilling and Ben Carter. This bench is just sick, and you're losing to nobodies. Just call it what it is. You're getting pushed around by a bunch of scrubs, and I'm disappointed in the fact that, and this is in my humble opinion, that I believe that both matches with John Beilein and the University in Ann Arbor, he got out-coached. Coach Izzo got out-coached by Coach Beilein, and I just believe that Beilein's putting the work in to he knows that Michigan State's a rival, and they're a thorn in his side. And he said, you know what? I'm going to put the work in, and I'm going to figure this stuff out. Now, how Nick Ward only touches the ball 3 times in the second half is beyond me. This is coaching. This is coaching. It's all coaching. When you're sitting there watching a game and they're not making these adjustments, you're like, what is going on? If you know the game of basketball, like, and then you say, wait a minute now, his resume doesn't, I don't, Coach Izzo does not need support from anyone. I mean, 7 Final Fours and a national championship speak for itself. Hall of Fame coach. He's a Hall of Fame coach. Having said that, I believe that when you are stuck in doing things one way, this is my system, it's worked for me in the past, it's going to work for me. Well, the game's changed. These kids have changed, the game's changed. It might be time to, I was saying earlier that I was at this birthday party earlier, and shout out Paul Finn, happy 50th birthday. But I was at this birthday party, and a guy that was there happened to mention, if you don't want Izzo, then who? Well, that was a legitimate question, because I don't really have the answer to that. There are big shoes to step in and fill, and I don't know if there's, we kicked around, maybe Tom Crean or something, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. What I'm saying is, I watched a game last Saturday that saw Michigan State get pushed around by a group of guys that don't have any business being on the court with them. And in typical U of M fashion, they're out there talking like they're really good, and it's like, really? These guys, 4 of these guys are going to be millionaires while you're literally, and there's nothing wrong if you want to be a second shift cashier at Shop and Go, which is where the University of Michigan players typically end up. That's good, but you're out there, talking all that old nonsense, and it's like, dog, really? I'm going to be living in a $4 million house, and you're going to be living in an apartment in Ann Arbor for the rest of your life. So stop that. I mean, that's why you want them to shut that down and show them, like, you're still Michigan, man. You're still garbage. And so that's the disappointment that comes on. It's frustrated to be a fan, and you're saying, wait, something needs to change. And if Coach Izzo doesn't see it, maybe somebody else needs to shake it up a little bit, and if things can't change, it might be a time to make a change, but you can't have the type of talent that's in East Lansing right now and lose to a third-rate school like that. You just can't. It can't happen, and they're like, you don't want to play Michigan right now. Look, let me tell you this. Stop that. We're getting ready to put brackets in tomorrow. You start picking tomorrow, and Michigan as a 3-win team, if that, they're horrible. They're outplaying Michigan State, which is frustrating. So don't get caught up on, hey, I'm going to take Michigan deep into the whatever. There's a reason why they were scrubs in the regular season. They got, who did they beat in the tournament? Who did they beat? Nobody. And Michigan State. Nobody's in Michigan State. They got pushed around, and I don't think that they got the help from the coaching staff that they should. So that might be something that we want to take a look at. So, all right, we got to move on now. NFL news. Richard Sherman was released, just flat out released by the Seattle Seahawks, and just this evening signed a 3-year deal with the San Francisco 49ers, who it looks like John Lynch and them are building something in San Francisco, And this is what's amazing. We'll get into that later, Detroit Lions. But Richard Sherman signed a 3-year deal with the San Francisco 49ers tonight. Don't know the dollar amount, so go on Bleacher Report or Yahoo and find out. I don't have that information. It just came down. So Richard Sherman leaves Seattle. Michael Bennett got traded to Philadelphia Eagles, so that's going to bolster that with they're already the world champions. So you add Michael Bennett to that with the leadership he brings to the locker room, and Philly's set up for a little bit of time. There's nobody in the NFC East that can really match them. Washington is just going to be awful, and Dallas is, 9-7, at best. And the New York Giants are just a disaster. So it looks like Philly's got the NFC East locked up. So it's like New England, they don't have to play anybody. And, Philly doesn't have to play anybody. You know, their conference. You got the NFC South when they're all down there, Atlanta